guys, I hope you're having a great day. I wanted to make a video. I started to say a quick video, but I always say that and then it's never quick. So I'm just gonna make a video of this lovely orchid cactus. It has several things going on that I wanted to show you, and then I thought I would just talk a little bit about these guys in general. These guys are epiphytes, which means they grow on trees, a lot like orchids. They attach to the tree with their roots, but they are not parasitic. They don't take any nutrition or anything out of the tree. It's just the roots are merely to attach themselves to have a place to hold onto, and they take all of their nutrients from the air and the rain and the moisture around them, not from the plant that they are growing on. They are not in the orchid family, they're in the cactus family, but they are a tropical cactus, like I said, and they like a lot more moderate temperatures. They like cooler in the winter and warmer in the summer. They like highlight, but not a ton of direct, really harsh sunlight. They'll turn this brown kind of reddish color. If you have a Christmas or a Thanksgiving cactus or an Easter cactus, it's the same kind of color that they turn if they've had too much sun. I'm just looking around here. I thought I had a Christmas cactus that was getting too much sun to show you, but I think he's out in the garage. Like Christmas cactuses, or Thanksgiving or Easter, they need a cooler, drier period in order to set blooms. So for these guys, I put them out in the garage where it gets in the 50s for about 8 to 10 weeks is what they need, along with my Christmas and Easter and Thanksgiving cactuses. And that gives them a good rest period. They require a lot less water. They really need a drier, sorry, there was a noise that I was listening to. They really need a drier period in order to set blooms. And with these guys, as fun as the foliage is, we obviously really want the blooms. Cactus soil isn't the best for these guys because they like to grow on trees, and they like a lot more organic matter. They usually feed on, decaying bark and are used to a lot of organic matter. So more of an orchid type mix is a better idea than just a plain cactus mix. Let's see. The plant really grows mostly in the spring. And that's when it blooms, is usually somewhere between February and July. A lot of them bloom that entire time as well. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, the growth. But they also have a growth spurt in the fall, right before their dormant period. And you can see this guy here is doing that right now. All these little shoots that it's shooting up. And when they get a little bit bigger, then they start folding over like these adult leaves that you can see. But when they're young, they just stand up like these lovely little spikes. This guy has been growing nice and actively, and I've still been watering him normally, but in a few more weeks he's going to go out into the cool garage and hopefully go to sleep for a little while and set some nice buds. I don't fertilize them in the winter. They generally like a fertilizer early spring, right before they bloom, and a tomato fertilizer is higher in some of the, I'm not sure, I don't think it's nitrogen that these guys like. I'm gonna have to re-look up what it is exactly that they like about the tomato fertilizer, and I thought I had it right here to show you. I'm sorry, I use an organic tomato fertilizer. I will show that in another video for sure. But that they like in the spring, and then every few weeks or month or so throughout the summer when they're really blooming and actively growing. These guys are super easy to propagate. You can see they like to just put out all of these air roots, and some people don't like them. This is, you know, this is how they hold on and attach to things, so this is what they do, and it won't damage the plant if you pull these off. It's getting plenty of nutrition and everything from the soil. It's not, this isn't really generally doing a lot for the plants in a house plant type environment. So you can pull them off if you want to. You can also root them. And to root these guys, all you have to do is take one of the adult leaves preferably and cut it somewhere, anywhere, and then just stick it in a pot of soil. Like that. And just bury it. And then don't water it for a while. These leaves here, this guy got wind blown outside a few months ago, and you can see here this leaf is broken and just cracked. It was just from getting blown. We live up on the top of a hill, and it gets really windy, and I moved him to a safe place now. But some of the leaves that were really badly damaged, I just went ahead and cut off. And they have been, and while they're not super beautiful, that's okay. They have been sitting here on the counter for probably a month at least, if not 2. And I have been ill and had a lot of other things that were more important to do. But as you can see, they just start sprouting roots every which way. And it doesn't actually hurt them at all. So with these guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut these and plant both ends because there's roots coming out here as well. They generally come out from this central node. Some of the orchid cactuses have a lot more scalloped leaves, and then where the new growth comes out is typically in these little nodes. I don't know if you can see that, I'm sorry. But, okay. Here we go, here's my scissors. So with this guy, there's 2 little root buds coming out there. And then there's roots coming out this side also. So I'm gonna cut him right here. And you might think that you would want a longer stem to have a better chance of survival, but actually, I wonder if I can take my camera down. I don't think that's a good idea. But if I plant these in at this current height, at this top juncture here, this is where the new growth is going to sprout out. And with these guys being pretty flimsy, you don't really want a really long stem and then have heavy new growth sprouting off of the top here. Having a shorter, more dense bottom stem that's well rooted, that then the top can sprout out growth, is ideal for these guys. And so you can see you can get a lot of cuttings out of a single leaf and share them with all of your friends or whoever wants them. You can let these guys callus off if you've just cut them for a couple of days. It'll give them a better chance of survival, a better chance of avoiding bacteria getting into the plant system because the wound can heal over. But you can get a lot of starts out of these guys, and you'll want several in a pot because, like I said, the new growth will start from the top, and you want to bushy your plant. You don't just want 1 or 2 stems. So planting multiple of these little leaf sections into a pot together is a great idea. And they would rather be crowded than have too much room. So more is most of the time the best. Occasionally, if a leaf is really damaged, it won't root. This one was super, super windblown, and I kept it just for kicks and giggles because I wanted to be able to show you guys what it looked like a couple months later. And this is what it looks like. It's still green.